Cody's head. And Ruben Neves completes the clearance with a second header, lifted forwards again by Lewis Dunk.
Old chain strip, maroon shirts and shorts, green socks, shooting from right to left in this first half. The Seagulls in their blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks. The countdown clock has begun on the giant screens at either end of this stadium. Very atmospheric ground when it is full to capacity. Sadly, no spectators allowed admission tonight. As both sets of players take a knee before kick-off. We are underway here in the heart of the Sussex Downs. What kind of game are you expecting, David Conley?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm just looking at where Ben White's playing. He looks like he's in the middle of the park alongside maybe Basuma.
Sat up invitingly for him. Didn't quite get any direction that he needed.
Yeah, I think he just went for placement rather than power, hadn't he? So you can see that he just worked it across, coming onto it. Just tried to curl it in. Didn't have enough power to trouble the goalkeeper.
Decent opening there, and good to see Wolves having a go from distance.
Easy early work for Robert Sanchez.
Shooting up.
Yeah, nice build-up play. I'm expecting big things out of Traore tonight. He's kind of not been his best like he was. He's not really kicked on from last season. Good from him. Played it well for us. Probably took it on too early. Should have took the touch maybe, but again, encouraging early shot on target.
2019.
Start from both sides here. I think
more than due.
It's okay to admit we were a bit trepidatious with the recent form of these two teams, that we might not get a great deal of entertaining fare, but it does seem from these opening exchanges 3 minutes gone that both are seeing this, understandably and quite rightly, as an opportunity to turn things around.
Yes, Wolves will be expected to win this one, but on current form there's no way that Brighton will think, no, we're going to get it's going to be a tough day for us. They'll fully be thinking, no, this is very, very winnable.
Here's young Ryan Aitnori over on the left-hand side, wing-back at Old Trafford, goes to a more familiar position for him. Though to be fair, it's still a very early career for him, but he has played left-back for most of his time at Angers out in France, and he finds the forward pass here to Pedro Neto, who's away from a couple of players and driving forward here. Neto, step over from Dunk, gets the shot away to Pedro Neto, plenty of power, but maybe just couldn't turn that ball towards goal because he was going at such a pace. But what a run that was.
Yeah, it's quick, isn't he? Good feet, good skill. Just couldn't get his foot behind it. Enough power certainly, but just lacked direction on the shot.
Well, someone needs to score the goals for Wolves in the absence of Raul Jimenez. Pedro Neto, the first to try and step up. An excellent piece of skill. 7-goal involvements this season for the 20-year-old Portuguese. 4 goals, 3 assists, so it's not a bad record, but not exactly talismanic levels as yet. Here's Roman Saiz on his own end line, left-hand side, up to Fabio Silva, looks to flick it on. Away by Webster. Down the right channel, Veltman for Brighton. No runner down there. Mope tried to chase it down. Aitnori gets there. Mope looks to rob it here off Saiz. The Moroccan went in with a strong challenge, blasted the ball forward off the face of the Brighton striker, and luckily for Wolves it goes into touch for a goal kick.
Yes, could have gone anywhere that, couldn't it? Sloppy from the fullback, short passing. And what was it, Aitnori? Yeah, just fell short to Saiz there, so it could have gone anywhere, that deflection, but like you say, very fortunate it went out for a goal kick.
Here's Ryan Aitnori up to the halfway line into Neto on the left. Again, good footwork from him in front of Nuno on the edge of his technical area. Tries to get away from Veltman. Touches the ball just a bit too far away from himself, and Veltman can see the ball go into touch. Nuno on the edge of his technical area. Always in tracksuit. Kit manufacturer tracksuit with standard winter coat. Next to him, to his left, Graham Potter, also on the edge of his technical area. Usually a tracksuit boss himself, but today looks like he's maybe got a wedding after the game. smart coat on, black scarf and suit trousers. Changing style and maybe a change in fortunes for 2021 for the Brighton manager, who has responded to questions this week about his future, with people in the press at least calling it into question, though he has said that supporters, when he meets them, watch don't really meet many supporters these days, when he meets them virtually or at club organised events, they're usually supportive, understanding and complimentary from what he's trying to do at Brighton Hove Albion. Got a bridge of supporters when he meets them. Watch don't really meet many supporters these days. Will fans be happy with good football relegation virtually or at club organised events? And is it good football as well? I mean,
as long as they stay in the league, I don't think that's not being derogatory towards Brighton and their club and fans.
Got a bridge of supporters when he meets them.
Stay there, he's an achievement.
Will fans be happy with good football relegation virtually or at try and do it the right way? And is it good football as well?
As long as they stay on the side, I don't think that's right. Players put the body right and their fans.
Got a bridge of supporters when he meets them.
Stay there, he's an achievement.
Will fans be happy with good football relegation virtually or at try and do it the right way? And is it good football as well? Big money.
As long as they stay on the side, I don't think that's right. Players always help put the body right and their fans.
Got a bridge of supporters when he meets them.
Stay there, he's an achievement.
Will fans be happy with good football relegation virtually or at try and do it the right way? And is it good football as well? Big money.
As long as they stay on the side, I don't think that's right. Players always help put the body right.
7 minutes gone. 0-0 between Brighton and Wolverhampton. Pedro Neto and Coutinho over this corner. All the way through to Robert Sanchez. What do you make to Matt Ryan? All the way through to Robert Sanchez. What do you make to Matt Ryan? All the way through to Robert Sanchez. What do you make to Matt Ryan? What do you make to Matt Ryan? What it is, I will find it and I'll give it to you maybe by the end of the show.
Okay.
10 minutes gone. Right, I don't know what it could be now. I think it's something like that. Brighton 0, Wolves 0. 10 minutes gone. Ball down the line by Brighton towards Mopay. Doesn't get there. Cleared by Saïs. Fabio Silva drops deep to try and get Wolves back on the ball, but Brighton have it once again. Oh, a side that do dominate possession often, but do they create enough chances? Maybe now. Trossard down the right. Cross comes in. No real target for that cross. Hit Aït-Nouri on the backside. Cleared up to Fabio Silva, who's flattened into by Veltman, and that's a free kick to Wolves midway inside their own half, left-hand side.
Found himself in the team, isn't he, Fabio? The games I've seen, he's an honest guy, doesn't he? Works hard. Won the penalty, took the penalty, so he's clearly got great confidence the other night, the other week. So he'll be wanting to look, he's going to take his chances hopefully, but he's had a chance to come in now through injury.
Are you seeing a £35 million striker though?
No, I'm not. But I like how he puts himself about. He's always there. He's put himself up for. Look, he's a young lad, and he says, "Right, give me the ball the other week for the penalty." And I like that in a young player, full of confidence, and he's honest. I like that. The main thing about him, he'll work.
Scoring that penalty in the defeat against Burnley, became the youngest ever Premier League goal scorer for Wolves, beating a record set by Ryan Aït-Nouri a few weeks earlier. Smashed one in the bottom corner at Molineux a couple of weeks previous. Right there defending our Wolves. Trossard the right hand side up against Aït-Nouri, takes him to the end line, dummies once then twice, slips over at the vital moment, still crosses down, and it's an early goal for Brighton, and it's turned home by Aaron Connolly. Great reactions from the centre forward. Patricio jumped out, Connolly poked out a toe, and Brighton, well, they'll be hoping that 2021 is much better than 2020. They lead against Wolves by a goal to nil.
I knew there'd be goals in this game. Great ball in. I'm always looking at defending first. Aït-Nouri's not got tight enough. He's even managed to slip over and still get his cross in. Must stop the ball. Must stop the cross. They had bodies in the box there. They've come down this side with Trossard a couple of times already. There's not been enough players in the box. I recognise that time they had 4 players in the box. Great ball in there. Just watching the replay, and he just nips in front of the keeper, and good finish.
Yes, good instinctive forward play from Aaron Connolly. First goal in 9 for him, second the Premier League this season. Actually the second time he's ever scored at the Amex Stadium. The other time was in that victory over Spurs back in October 2019, where he scored a couple of goals. Important for him to find the back of the net this evening. And now can Brighton stand firm? And again, conversely, can Wolverhampton want to score a goal? It was the question before the game, and it remains the question. How are Wolves going to find the back of the net? What's the plan?
Mate, it's going to go one of two ways now. They'll try and hold on for the next 75 minutes, or keep doing what they're doing. I think they're worthy of that. They've started the better of the two sides. It's been quite end to end, but as far as chances and ball in the box goes, Brighton have been the better so far.
Traore trying to drive down the right hand side for Wolves. He loses out, then he's adjudged to have pushed over. March on that far side. It's a free kick for Brighton, but Sanchez blasts upfield. And Connolly battling for it, breaks the Trossard 45 odd yards from goal, centre of the pitch. Back towards the halfway line where Webster picks it up. Short to Trossard, challenged by Neto, off Moutinho, cleared by Aït-Nouri into Ruben Neves. Right footed over the top for Neto, down the left hand side, he'll head into his own path before Webster can get there. Adam Webster with a strong recovery from the central defender, clearing the ball up into the stats. Beautiful ball by Ruben Neves. Now 3 big bulky centre halves that Brighton play, and so it's the ball over the top that may well threaten for Wolves. Webster dealt with it well. Throw in taken, Aït-Nouri to Vitinha, who we've not seen a great deal of in the opening 15 minutes. Ryan Aït-Nouri shuffles towards the penalty area, inside then outside up against Veltman. Low cross comes in. Lovely ball from Aït-Nouri. It was well read by the Seagulls captain Lewis Dunk, who gets it away.
Yeah, he's done well there, Aït-Nouri, hasn't he? Got his ball in the box. Great positioning by Dunk, just covering his keeper there. I think the keeper would have come out and got it. But always, no, he's defended really well there.
Like a really good player, I think, Ryan Aït-Nouri.
I'm a suspect so far. I think going forward, yes, a bit suspect defensively for me at the moment. The games I've seen, the time will tell.
A big test for him at left back today, having started left wing back against Manchester United in midweek. Corner comes in, cleared away, recovered by Semedo on the right hand side. Down the line to Traore. 1-2 with Fabio Silva, intercepted by Byrne, who clears, hits the back of Bissouma. And it's recovered by Vitinha. His right is Semedo, and it's further on to Adama Traore for Wolves. Up against Byrne, back to Semedo, into Vitinha. Semedo back towards the halfway line. Brighton have players pressing high. Hove and March and Bissouma all doing good defensive work. Here's Traore from the right, away from 2, not away from 3. He's gone down there, wants a free kick from referee Madley, from the challenge from Dan Byrne, not given, and once again Wolves are back on the halfway line. Hove, the captain, cross field, picked up by Ryan Aït-Nouri into Pedro Neto. Vitinha trying to find a return to Aït-Nouri, deflected, Webster gets there first. Back to Sanchez, with a great ball to Robert Sanchez in goal. Fired forward, rather low. Controlled well by Trossard, passed back into Bissouma, I think, who cleared it upfield, but it's been dispossessed from Brighton by Wolves on the halfway line. Neves on the right will carry them upfield. Not finding a way into the final third right now, Wolverhampton Wanderers, despite dominating the ball so far, something we usually say about Brighton, who have scored the early goal from the Irish international Connolly. There is Coutinho, left of centre, down the line to Aït-Nouri, edge of the area, full of nice touches, dragging the ball into his own path, and a pass left to Neto, to Coutinho now. Cross field, left to right, Semedo comes in field, outside of him is Traore, up against March and Byrne. Right footed cross comes in, outside of the boot, cleared away by Lewis Dunk, recovered by Ruben Neves, who strikes a goal! Following a Neves special, looping towards goal, looping over the goal, took a deflection on the way through. That's going to be a corner for Wolves.
Was very Neves-like, wasn't it? Yeah, got a deflection and got a corner from him, but no, just patient build-up play there from Wolves, side to side, back, forward, back to the sides again, and they were quite patient, ended up with an end product. It's interesting to see they're doubling up on Traore. It was always going to happen. I think a lot of sides do that, so he might struggle tonight in having an input on this game.
Over a year since his last Premier League goal, Adama Traore. This corner comes in from Coutinho from the left. Deep ball in towards Semedo. Poor contact, but he has recovered it. Cross comes in. Saiss is there! Oh, that's fantastic. Roman Saiss scores again. What a threat he is in the air. Third Premier League goal this season. It's really good recovery work on the right-hand side by Nelson Semedo. Dug the cross out from nowhere, and Roman Saiss wasn't going to miss from there, loops it in past Sanchez, and it's 1-1.
Great header, was sat right behind it. What a beautiful header, just guided it, didn't have to go for power, just put it straight back across the goalie. Yeah, really good. I love them sort of headers. Training ground routine from the corner though, wasn't it? Semedo, he kind of messed up. A big ball, it was like a skull, Beckham Skulls-esque ball back, wasn't it, for the corner, and he sort of shanked his shot. Very fortunate to get the seconds on it, but great little ball back in. Great little ball from Semedo back into the danger area, and Semedo, great cushion header.
Yeah, Roman Saiss, another goal for him. He was threatening, wasn't he, against Man United at times. I thought he was the best player on the field. Unlucky for him that Rashford's effort went in the net off of him, but I thought he was fantastic at Old Trafford. He was great against Tottenham when he scored, and it's found the back of the net here. Plays in so many positions, Roman Saiss. Stick him up front. That's how they score a goal. Roger Johnson was right. This is actually going to be a pretty good game. This has been quite entertaining so far.
Doesn't it? It does have that feel. I sort of, after the first couple of minutes, I thought to myself, I think there's going to be goals here. And not been let down 20 minutes in, one each. I think there's more to come.
Rather tells the story of Brighton season, that promising start. Looks in control of the game. Score a goal and it all falls apart for them. Something that Graham Potter does to address. Not won in 7 games in the league. November 21st against Aston Villa, their last victory.
At least it's not 17.
Very true. Poor old Sheffield United, that's a bad day for them. And yet I still feel, even though we've got 2 points, there's still enough time, you know. There's still enough time.
I said it earlier in the show, if you can string 3-4 wins on the trot in the Premier League, it's priceless. Absolutely priceless.
So even 3 wins in a row would still keep Sheffield United in the relegation zone as things stand. Brighton 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1 here earlier today. They mentioned Sheffield United 2-0 loss against Crystal Palace. Tottenham 3-0 winners against Leeds United last night. Good win for West Ham. Isaiah returning to his spiritual home of Goodison Park and winning with West Ham by a goal to nil. Manchester United with a 2-1 victory over Aston Villa to put them second in the table, or as United fans would have it, joint top. Ball over the top here for Brighton down the right hand side, crossed by Veltman. Lovely touch by Solly March to keep the ball in the penalty area. Can't get a shot away though. Burn overlapping, decoy run, shot by March, away by Saiz. Pedro Neto can pick it up on this left hand side. Ryan Aït-Nouri coming forward for Wolves, brought down by Bissouma. Free kick approaching the halfway line for Wolves, and a yellow card for Bissouma, who stopped the attack.
It's good, this formation. I'm a big fan of it, 4-2-3-1, and it suits Wolves, especially with Aït-Nouri getting forward like he does. They are the outball in this formation. Both full-backs should be spare, really, and he's getting a bit of joy from it. Aït-Nouri down this left-hand side.
Well, if you're playing this formation 4-2-3-1 against 3 at the back, where's the joy? Would you push players wide? You push them centre? You get the fullbacks to go forward? Do they sit deep? What do you do?
The defensive side of it, or if I was Wolves,
if I was Wolves trying to get at the Brighton back,
it's great because, as I just said there, both fullbacks should be overlapping, and then you're wide of the 3. They roll inside, and someone will follow him. So whoever that is this evening or in any game, that they'll roll inside, and then your fullback is always the spare man. So as a back 3 for Brighton, do they spread? Do they try and counteract that, and then you just leave bigger gaps for other people to run into? I like this formation, I really do.
So if you're 3, you're trying to push the team with 4 narrow, and if you're the other way around, you're trying to push them wide.
Correct.
You can see, can't you, Aït-Nouri and Semedo trying to get forward whenever they possibly can to give Dan Burn and Solly March on that far side, certainly with Troy over there as well. Some questions to answer. Questions to answer here for the Wolves defence. Up towards Connolly, cleared away by Cody, recovered by Dunk for Brighton on the halfway line. 24 minutes gone here on Premier League Live. Tom Rennie and Roger Johnson with you. Brighton 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1 in a very, very decent game of football so far. On the right hand side for Brighton, Adam Webster goes back to Lewis Dunk. Skipper returns to Webster. Silva nominally pressurising. Jog left to right, no real pressure on the ball as Brighton are allowed to come towards the final third now. Trossard left to Bissouma. Bissouma the left hand side and March back to Bissouma again. Up against Traore, finds a ball to Webster. Webster's clip, Connolly's volley. Oh, very, very nice from Aaron Connolly. There's the man who's just scored a goal recently, trying an acrobatic strike towards goal. Really met it well. Rui Patricio was up to the task of saving it.
Great technique. Had a power behind it as well. Interesting to see if that wasn't straight at the goalie, where that would have gone.
He wasn't doing that before scoring the opening goal in this one.
He's definitely confident after getting that early goal. As you can see, proof's in the pudding, he's trying overhead kicks.
Once again, having taken the lead, they are level following the equaliser from Roman Sainz. 25 minutes gone, the ball is with Wolverhampton Wanderers. It has been for the majority of this game. Possession at this point 60-40 in their favour. As I say that, they give the ball away softly, so he's forward all the way through to Robert Sanchez, the Brighton number 1. Dan Burn over on the left hand side. defensive trio allowed to amble up towards the halfway line. Back to Dunk, then a forward ball into Ben White. Onto Webster, challenged by Neto. He goes down. Free kick for Brighton. Neto can't believe it, but I think there's very little argument to be had there. Just thought he could nick it there, Neto. Webster got his body in the way. A bit of a hip-to-hip collision which sends Webster down. Take the free kick short. I just think they don't utilise the sheer physicality of their team enough. Brighton, if you're going to get a free kick, they've got Dunk,
Go forward,
Dan Burn, Webster. Bisuma's reasonably tall. Cross the ball.
It is crazy.
Well, he's Dunk, one of the best players in the league at attacking the ball in the air as well. It's his pass out right here to Veltman, then to Trossard. Oh, and Mope just turned Neves for a second there. Shoulder to shoulder. Brushed the Wolves man aside as he tried to turn on it. Ball ricocheted off his heel.
Getting a bit of joy down this right side, aren't they? I'm not sure about him defensively. I've mentioned it earlier. Ignore him.
The risk of playing an 18-year-old in the Premier League. So he's been given licence to roam forward as well. Here's Neto at the other end. Into Ruben Neves. Neves right to Nelson Semedo. We go inside the Brighton half. You'll find Neto. Trossard is with him. Neto carries it right. Drags the ball with him. Finds Traore. Back to Nelson Semedo. Former Barcelona man. Record signing this summer is brought down by Yves Bissouma. Free kick on the right hand side to Wolves, about 10 yards away from the corner of the penalty area. Shot there from Yves Bissouma as Semedo turned away from him.
Silly free kick to give away, but like you said earlier, why don't they play to their strengths and put the ball in the box? Wolves normally would just put a hand on and play, but it looks like they're doing what Brighton should be doing. Not massively tall, the Wolves side.
But all their goals these days are coming from the head of Roman Saiz.
Yes.
Such a threat in the air. Him and Cody, the only real threat in the box you feel at the moment. Traore and Silva are roaming around, but it's Saiz and Cody the big threat. It's enough Brighton heads to clear this. They go to Ruben Neves instead. The referee got in the way, and then Ruben Neves does take the shot after the first touch, but it kind of caught the referee out there, and I think that Neves was completely put off by Andrew Madley standing in front of the ball.
You could tell that was going to be another training ground set up. The way they looked on the setup, you could three men going attacking against a wall of 7. So interesting. So that's 2 set pieces now. They've tried something different. We
do stick the boot into referees a decent amount, don't we, week in, week out, but I do feel a bit sorry for Andrew Madley now. I bet he's mortified that he was standing there, because that free kick was a bit too smart for everybody. If Neves might have whispered in his ear, move out of the way, mate, I'm going to say.
But get out of the way. Setting up here, the players know the set piece clearly.
The other end, Brighton look to move forward. High ball down the right channel to Veltman. Bounces into touch from the centre of the field. When you made a Brighton since the equaliser, they haven't really been at the same speed they were at. I mean, when they scored the first goal, I thought they could get 2 or 3, but seem to have drifted away from them. Balls upfield, trying to find Neto. Good interception by Veltman, who drives down the right-hand side. More slam by Roman Saiz. Neto forward, shouts of handball against the Belgian international Leandro Trossard, not given by the referee. The ball is retaken by Brighton and Hove Albion. Albion is the big central defender, left of 3, Dan Burn. Into Dunk, back to Robert Sanchez, all in fluorescent orange, the Brighton goalkeeper. Away to our left, midway inside his own half, way out of his penalty area. Dunk forward over the halfway line to Trossard, who picks up and spins forward. Down the line to Mope, further on to Veltman. Back towards Webster, who's been heavily involved in the but still crossed it down, and it's an early goal for Brighton, and it's turned home by Aaron Connolly. Great reactions from the centre forward. Patricio jumped out, Connolly poked out a toe, and Brighton, well, they'll be hoping that 2021 is much better than 2020. They lead against Wolves by 1-0.
I knew there'd be goals in this game.
This corner comes in from Matinho from the left. Deep ball in towards Semedo. Poor contact, but he has recovered it. Cross comes in. Saiss is there! Oh, that's fantastic. Roman Saiss scores again. What a threat he is in the air. Third Premier League goal this season. It's really good recovery work on the right-hand side by Nelson Semedo. Dug the cross out from nowhere, and Roman Saiss wasn't going to miss from there. Loops it in past Sanchez, and it's 1-1.
Great header.
Brings it down, runs at mark, takes a shot, good save! Off Dan Burn, and it's 2-1 to Wolves. Oh, that's real bad luck for Burn. He's the man who gave the corner away moments ago. Robert Sanchez had to deal with that spinning, deflected effort, and all he could do was put it right on Burns' toe, couldn't react in time, and Wolves from 1-0 down now lead 2-1. Semedo misjudged the bounce, but was able to recover it. He continues to drive forward here, away from Trossard and Burn, back to Adama Traore. Drop of the shoulder, turn of pace. Beats one, beats two, takes Burn on the outside. That's a penalty. That's got to be a penalty. Dan Burn, who's already scored an own goal, has given away a stupid penalty here. Goes to ground on Traore. Ruben Neves from 12 yards, looking for his first goal of the season. And he gets it. Finds the bottom right corner of the net. Robert Sanchez dives the other way, and Wolverhampton Wanderers have turned this right around. It all looks so good for the Seagulls when Connolly gave him the opening goal on 12 minutes, but now it's Saiss, a Burn own goal, and Ruben Neves who put Wolverhampton Wanderers into a commanding and surely unassailable position as we approach half-time, 3-1. Yeah, that's the story of it. Roger Johnson watching the game with me, Tom Rennie. Roger, what are Brighton going to do in this second half? Because they can't afford to start 2021 with a home defeat which littered so much of 2020, can they?
No, they have to come out now. They're 3-1 down. They've got no choice. There's nothing to sit back for. So they need to. It wouldn't surprise me if they change shape. To what, I'm not sure yet. But they need to come out. You're 3-1 down. You have to give it a go. And we talked it earlier in the show, didn't we? The manager, yeah, they love him. Yeah, they back him. They want it. They think he's doing well. We'll see now. Players have got him back. Are they going to come out and just try and keep it 3-1, or maybe just concede one more and be happy about that? Or are they going to come out and give it a right go?
We'll find out momentarily. Second half coming in just a few moments. You're listening to Premier League Live.
Demanding a high performance from your team? You should be demanding the same from your tyres. The Irish Tyre Industry Association is urging motorists to stay safe this winter and check the condition of your tyres. You could even be liable for a fine and 2 penalty points if found driving with tyres below the legal tread depth limit of 1.6 millimetres. ITIA expert technicians will carry out a free tyre safety check to ensure your tyres are safe and legal. Visit itia.ie to find your local expert.
As Ireland's homegrown insurer, FPD knows it's empowering when someone has your back. So switch your van insurance to us and get up to 75% no-claim discount. Visit fbd.ie to request a quote. FBD Insurance. Support. It's what we do. Terms, conditions and underwriting criteria apply. 75% no-claims discount is based on proof of 5 years no-claims discount and available to new commercial motor customers only. FBD Insurance Group Limited, trading as FBD Insurance, is regulated by the Central Bank of Ireland. Commercial motor insurance is underwritten by FBD Insurance plc.
This is not the time for business as usual. It's time for effort and imagination. It's time to use technology to start your online plans. It's time to work from home to stay in touch. It's time to look to each other. Erscoa Kela. Ireland is working online with help from Black Knight and .ie, because now we need better than business as usual. Call Black Knight on 059 918 3027 or visit blackknight.ie.
What will you really gain from using anabolic steroids? Using illegal anabolic steroids can lead to nasty and serious side effects, both physical and psychological. Heart failure, infertility, hair loss, acne, mood swings, increased aggression. Don't lose out to steroid gains. Know the risks. Visit zerogains.ie. A message from the Health Products Regulatory Authority.
There's certain matchday sounds we are all missing. But there are others we don't have to. Is Carlsberg Pilsner the best beer to enjoy while watching the match at home? Probably. Carlsberg Pilsner, probably the best beer in the world. Enjoy Carlsberg sensibly. Visit drinkaware.ie.
Let's talk about you looking after your business. Ford, looking after your vehicle. Let's talk hassle-free Ford leasing. Just a fixed monthly payment, no motor tax to deal with, and no maintenance or servicing to pay on selected plans. Get the Ford Ranger Wildtrak from €440 per month. Hassle-free Ford lease. Now we're talking. Search Ford lease or text Ford to 50015 to speak to us about leasing your next vehicle.
Text cost to standard rate. Price quoted is for a Ranger Wildtrak with no maintenance over 4 years with a €1,750 deposit. 15,000 kilometres per annum. Business users only. Price excludes VAT. Ford lease is provided by Marion Fleet Management. Trading as Ford Lease.
You are listening to TalkSport's coverage of Brighton and Hove Albion against Wolverhampton Wanderers from the Amex Stadium. I'm your host Tom Rainey, the former Wolves defender. Roger Johnson is with me. This is Premier League Live, and at half-time it is Brighton 1, Wolves 3. Connolly with the opening goal for Brighton on 12 minutes. Roman Saiz, a Dan Burn own goal, and a Ruben Neves penalty, putting Wolves into a commanding position. That has led to changes at half-time. Two, in fact, for Brighton. Davy Propper has come on for Bissouma, who was yellow-carded in the opening half, and we saw Aaron Connolly go down injured right on the stroke of half-time. He has gone off, and he is replaced on the field of play by the Swiss forward Andy Sakiri, and so that is two changes for Brighton, one seemingly enforced, the other for more of a target man up front in Sakiri, who's already found Mope, and that's a penalty. That is a penalty. Immediate impact from Andy Sakiri, who's come on, heads towards Mope, who's brought down by Matinho, and with 20 seconds gone in the second half, it is a big chance for Brighton to get back in this game.
Where's the answer? Are they going to come out and have a go? Yes, they are. 15 seconds in.
Never doubt Roger Johnson. This is what we've learned tonight. Never doubt him. You said it was going to be good. And it's not good for Wolves right now, I know, but for us as neutrals, this has been fantastic. And Mope has got a score. Here he is. And it's a great penalty. Fizz past the goalkeeper from Brighton's top goal scorer, Neil Mope. Blast the ball down the centre. Graham Potter had barely taken his seat at the start of this second period, and his team are back in the game. Brighton 2, Wolves 3.
Again, another silly tackle, wasn't it? Just dangled a leg out. Of course he's going to use that leg and go over. It was another Stonewall penalty. What a silly mistake this early in the second half.
Well, that is exactly what Brighton would have been hoping for, a chance like that. Mope's 6th goal in the Premier League this season from the penalty spot, getting them right back in this game. Brighton 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 on Premier League Live, and a good early impact as well from Zakiri, who I've not seen a great deal of since he's moved to Brighton, but he's obviously more of a target man, gives him something different up front, and Wolves there, Roger, weren't ready for that, were they?
No, it happens week on week, doesn't it? Year on year, you come out, you don't start right, you find yourself conceded. It happens every week all over the country.
Born in from the Swiss Super League during the transfer window back in October, September to October, the last transfer window. Swiss under-21 international. Good fight on him as well. Needed injury to Connolly. I'm not sure they would have done that, Brighton, if Connolly hadn't got injured, but it's almost by fortune worked in their favour at the start of this second period. I'll run through the full teams for you shortly. Not having time to do that because the second half started so brightly here. Brighton attacking the goal away to our left, coming forward again with Veltman on the end line, away from Neto. Cross comes in towards the penalty area once again. Zakiri is the target. It's away by Saeeds, further away by Ruben Neves, recovered by Webster. Heads to his left and Lewis Dunk. Lewis Dunk with a forward ball. Mope tries to turn, shouts of handball, not given by the referee. Trossard forward, flicked on by Mope towards Zakiri. It's almost like they've got a front two now, and Wolves don't quite know how to handle it.
I think that's what they needed. They needed more bodies up there. Causing havoc. 3 minutes in, and they haven't come out of Wolves half yet.
Now Robert Sanchez in goal for Brighton. Back three: Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk, the captain, and Dan Burn. Solly March and Joel Veltman in the wing-back positions. Ben White and now Davy Proper in the centre of midfield. Up front, Leandro Trossard in the number 10 role at the start of this second half. For long moments of it, he is supporting Neil Mope, who has scored, and the man who's just come on, Andy Zakiri, wearing number 29, a good foot taller than Neil Mope at least, as we can see them away to our left. Jason Steele, Bernardo, Alexis McAllister, Pascal Gross, Adam Lallana, Jason Malumbi, and there is Johan Bach can still come on from the bench for Graham Potter. Two of the available three have come on. As for Wolves, Rui Patricio is in goal, back four of Ryan Aït-Nouri, Connor Cody, Roman Saïs and Nelson Semedo, Ruben Neves, Vitinha and João Moutinho in midfield, Adama Traore, Pedro Neto supporting Fabio Silva up front. On the bench, John Ruddy and Andreas Sondergaard, both goalkeepers, also Kiana Hoover, Max Kilman, Lewis Richards, Taylor Perry, Owen Okusoi, Luke Hundle and Theo Orbian. 50 minutes gone. Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Portugal strip. Their third strip, I believe, this season, which is burgundy shirts and shorts with green socks and trim. This evening, Wolverhampton Wanderers have 6 Portuguese internationals in their starting 11 and another Portuguese under-21 international 11. So they should be at least familiar with the strip their teammates are wearing this evening. Maybe not used to playing so much without the ball, as Brighton are dominating the early exchanges here in the second half. High ball forward towards Zakiri, cleared away by Wolves towards the halfway line. And that is something they've missed, didn't they, Brighton, with of course Glenn Murray, who has been such a stalwart of their side for a long time, certainly in the Premier League, going down to Watford. They haven't really had that change in what they can do available to them this season.
He's an important player. I've always liked, look, you get your tricky, you're quick, your players like that, but if you do need to change it sometimes, and it's an advantage to have a player like a Murray. So I'm all for it, and it's worked so far.
50 minutes gone here. Wolves have the ball in their own half, away to our left. They find a pass to Ryan Aït-Nouri, gets away from Solly March, back to Moutinho, who gave the penalty away. Flipped out right to Nelson Semedo toward the halfway line. Adama Traore, blonde hair, chalk on his boots, running in field, running away from two, beats White, beats Trossard, beats Burn, out right now. Traore, cross comes in, Silva has it, back to goal, can he get the shot away? Blocked, Burn puts the challenge in, Semedo goes down, Proper brings Brighton away. Semedo wants a penalty there from the challenge of Burn. Andy Manley, the referee's not going to give it.
Definitely wasn't a penalty.
Very hard down the right-hand side. Forward to Zakiri, who gets the shot away. Not well by Connor Cody on the cover. That's not a good challenge by Ryan Aït-Nouri on Solly March. March running away from goal. Teenage fullback was a bit zealous in the challenge. And it's a free kick on the right-hand side to Brighton. Seeing a replay on their monitors, the penalty shout Semedo. Got plenty of the ball there. Again, it's a risky challenge from Dan Burn, but it has been stick, hasn't there, Roger, of Brighton's defenders not putting tackles in recent weeks, and they certainly have tonight.
Well, you said it at the start. To me, they don't get out and they don't put blocks in, and the two great ones there, Webster coming out and putting a great block in there, and Dan Burn, after giving a pen away, dangerous tackle, but he managed to get enough on it.
Free market here on the right-hand side for Brighton. The tall bodies are forward, the ball comes in, it's away by Silva. Brought down by White, lob forward, Burns in there. Oh, and he's kind of blocked it on its way through to Zakiri.
They've got a talk there, haven't they? He's in. Not sure if he was onside or not, but yeah, he's got to talk to Burn there. Burn wasn't going to score. There's two men running beyond it, so no, definitely should have had some communication there. Maybe a chance missed.
Odd moment there from Dan Burn. It was almost like he forgot what box he was meant to be attacking for a moment, and he clears it away before Zakiri could get a shot at goal. But Brighton continue to press here. Semedo with the foul. It's on to Mope. Into Dan Burn, who cuts it back from the left-hand side, blocked by Ruben Neves. Corner for Brighton.
Tails are up, aren't they? Wolves haven't had a chance really to get out their own half.
Do they have tails, Seagulls? Got to say wings up round here, I think.
Oh, okay.
First corner of the match for Brighton. Wolves have had 7. Their tails were up, Wolves, in the first half, no more. The Seagulls look to swoop in. I'm continuing it until it works. 2 men over this ball, Solly March and Leandro Trossard, left-hand side. March with the outswing, Trossard with the in. It is Solly March who takes it, volleyed away by Martinho, recovered by Joel Veltman, who finds a pass left to March, left-footed cross is whipped in, right across the penalty area. Burn, can he get the shot away? No, he can't. And it's smuggled away by Aït-Nouri and cleared by Semedo.
He's involved in everything, Burn, isn't he? The one person you probably don't want it to land at his feet, it lands at Dan Burns, and it was a chance missed.
He's there at the back, he's there at the front, he's taking the shots, he's scoring the own goals, he's giving the penalties away.
Bad first touch, wasn't it? Like I said, it's the last person you want there, centre back.
The touch was so bad, it actually took it away from Martinho, who would have cleared it. Almost in the chaos came a creation there from Brighton. Well, they're very much on top right now, Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 on Premier League Live. All with Adam Webster. His left is Lewis Dunn. Approaching the halfway line, Trossard with a pass back towards Webster, who's got to scamper back towards the sideline. Allows Vitinha to pressurise him, but Webster's a good footballer. And he fires one down the right-hand side. Into touch though as Zakiri looked to pick it up. I shouldn't have called him a good footballer before he hit that. It was my fault. I take full responsibility.
Sat too deep here, Wolves. They're inviting the pressure on, not getting up the pitch. They're happy for Brighton to have the ball.
Graham Potter will not want another game where he can say his side have played reasonably well, but they've lost and they have conceded 3 goals again, Brighton. Defending again here as Traoré is goal side of Burn. Take him on the inside with a little flick. Does now cross in, flick towards goal by Vitinha, and that was a really important interception there by Lewis Dunk, seeing the ball spin up into the air. Vitinha's flick may well have been going into the net.
He's having trouble with Traoré, Burn, isn't he? He's given the penalty away. He's been twisted up there for another dangerous ball in from Traoré. Needs a bit of help, I think. That's to double up. They were in the first half early on. Certainly need some help.
I've seen Traoré for a long time. Wolves, who has played the last 53 games for Nuno's side, but only started around 20 of those. As you say, not scored in the Premier League. December 2019. On the other side, Aït-Nouri carries forward. Not by Neto. Feet of Vitinha, to Neto again. 15 yards over the halfway, it goes back to Vitinho, just inside his own half. He's right, it's Ruben Neves, whose penalty only separates the 2 teams. Brighton 2, Wolves 3. Traoré to Semedo. Semedo back to Neves. Neves pokes it back down the line to Adama Traoré. Just here, Dan Burn getting nervous again here as Traoré pushes and rushes around him, and Burn brings him down. And Graham Potter might need to do something about this, because Dan Burn is having a torrid time against Traoré.
He's going to have to. You can see it, certainly with the penalty at the back end of the first half. This is a dream for Traore, being squared up, no disrespect to Burn, but as far as pace goes, it's never going to get there. I wasn't sure if he got cooked for the penalty, so he's got to be careful now. He's got a yellow card there. Potter's definitely going to have to look at something.
Yeah, he's a good player, Dan Burn, but I'm not sure the nimble footwork of Adama Traore is something he's really built to stop from having an impact. Yellow carded now as well. This is where the manager earns his corn. What can he do to stop the impact of Adama Traore? Right now his team have got to stop this free kick from giving Wolves a fourth. It's on the right hand side, about 8 yards from the end line, short into Coutinho, to Neves on the edge after a clearance. His shot was poorly struck, he may have injured himself in the poor connection there, Ruben Neves. Bit of a waste there from Wolves as Neto tapped it to Coutinho, but to no real benefit.
I thought he was going to drive in with it. It's actually a clever free kick. Thinking it's going to be whipped straight in. He's touched it. It's like the corner, wasn't it? They kid on that they've not took the corner and someone goes out and then runs it in. That's what I thought was going to happen there.
Didn't quite work it right in the second phase there. Wolverhampton Wanderers, Brighton escape. Burn trying to clear it down the line here. It's the backside of Adama Traore. Lucky for him, it breaks to Lewis Duncan. Brighton have got possession again. Approaching 60 minutes gone here. Brighton home, Albion 2, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3 on Premier League Live. High ball up towards Zakiri. Can't find a teammate. Ain't Nori picked it up for Wolves on the far side. Neves cross field, left to right. Burn intercepts. Or it can go to Traore. He's already made 2 changes as Graham Potter, so maybe can't really risk it. Might need to be a tactical change, or as Johnson's been saying, get someone over there to help Dan Burn when Traore attacks. It's the other end now though. Concerns Brighton, cross from the right into Zakiri, maybe going to hit that first time. Trying to control it, Wolves will clear.
Spot on, should have hit it first time there, that's a great ball in.
A good impact since coming on, Zakiri. And he's the man to score that levelling goal. Scored since he found the back of the net for Lausanne in the Swiss Cup back in September. 5 in 6, the under-21 Swiss national side this year. Another player for Brighton where they rely on their extensive scouting network to rustle up a gem. Going forward now with Solly March in the area, running left to right here. Didn't quite find the space to shoot, leaves it for Ben White. White's cross, that's a good ball in. Breaks the Trossard, it brings it down, volleys it goal, blocked by Cody. So near there for Brighton. Trossard did so well to bring it down. But Cody was there, right place, right off, and here's for Wolves.
Yeah, again, nice passage of play again, and patient with it. Very unlucky there, great chest and volley. Cody just managed to get his body in the way.
Dunk forward, Solly-March. Take Nelson Semedo on the outside. Well by the Wolves fullback. Throw into Brighton on the left. 51 minutes gone, Brighton 2, Wolves 3. We're getting a replay right now of how close Sada was there. Lucky was trying to just pass that into the bottom corner. The cross comes in here, it's away by Said. Picked up by Fabio Silva. Break on here for Wolves if they find the pass. They don't, because Ben White the judge to have fouled Silva. Wolves have a free kick midway inside their own half. A great ball, Wolverhampton Wanderers in the second half. They've been a bit taken aback by the amount that Brighton have been on the front foot.
Well, they're naive to think that Brighton weren't going to come out and give it a go. So fair play to Brighton, to be honest. And Wolves, at the moment, giving the ball away cheaply in stupid areas of the pitch. As I said earlier, not getting high enough up the pitch and not getting any pressure on the Brighton players.
Well, they've got options on the bench at Wolverhampton Wanderers. They've got changes to make if they want to shore things up. It seems like they are preparing at least one substitution, maybe a couple. Max Kilmer might be coming on. It could be a change of shape, I'm sure. Maybe it's one of a defensive trio with Saves and Cody. In midweek. Did impressively against Leeds early this season as well. Got Got to change something here, Wolves, as Brighton very much on top. Here's Zakiri, won it back well. Hove back to goal, finds a pass back to Proper, who came on for Bissouma at half-time. He certainly had an impact from midfield. Back to Dunk, right to Webster. Is there belief for Brighton they can get something from this game? 13 home league games without a victory. If they fail to pick up 3 points here, at the moment a point will feel like a victory as Webster's through ball doesn't find a runner anywhere. We will now get that change from Wolves. It's going to be Kilman on for Coutinho, and will surely be a return to 3 at the back here for Wolves.
It looks that way, doesn't it? I wasn't sure who was going to take off there, but yeah, at least he's recognised it. It's impossible not to recognise it, so the side haven't got out for the last 20 minutes of their own half. So yeah, fair play to Nuno for recognising it, making a change.
First ever start in league football with Coutinho against Man U a couple of days ago. Second start for him this evening. Did you see much of him to form an opinion of him as a player?
Not just yet. Not just yet, no. Certainly in this game, haven't really seen a lot. So no, way too early to judge on that one, I'm afraid.
Seems like they have changed formation here, Wolves. Matching up what Brighton are doing in the second period with the Seagulls very much on top. 65 minutes gone. It's Brighton 2, Wolves 3 on Premier League Live. Tom Rainey and Roger Johnson with you. Stay with us after we have finished the action here. Andrew Self and Chris Perry are in for West Bromwich Albion up against Arsenal in the snow from the Hawthorns. We are told it is not a nice day in the Midlands today. It's cold but clear down the south coast where Brighton and Wolves are being played right now. And, that's going to be a tough one for Mikel Arteta up against Sam Allardyce. We'll give a reaction, won't he, Big Sam, following the thrashing they took against Leeds a couple of days ago. Here come Brighton down the left-hand side. March away from Traore. Traore bites back. It's off the field of play for a throw into Brighton on the left-hand side, which Dan Burn will take. Back to Lewis Dunk. You can look right to Webster. Webster further on to Veltman on the right-hand side. Back to Webster again. Webster forward, Silva shoves it. Webster keeps on going. On to Trossard. Neto holds him up. To Joel Veltman, who has to go all the way back to Robert Sanchez, who's been a right-hander in the second half. The Brighton goalkeeper decked out in fluorescent orange, away to our right. Into Dunk, onto Mopé. Back to Dunk again on the halfway line. Chips it over the top towards Zakiri. Cody intercepts. Semedo away. Traore brings it down. And this is something to fear here for Brighton. That's why Ben White ran into him, brought him down to stop him running at Dan Burn. Traore really gets the heart fluttering, doesn't he, in the Brighton defence when he's running at players. Sure, he should be getting yellow cards there, Ben White. This time, Mark got away with it. Didn't he? Well, that was about the most professional perhaps you're ever going to see. Yeah. Desperation brings Traore down. And he couldn't pull his arm because of course his arms are covered in Vaseline these days. So you're not going to be able to hold him back. So he's got to take the leg. It's always a weird sight pre-game to see Traore getting greased up by a member of the Wolves staff. 7 minutes gone here, right on the ball again. Ball into the feet of Mopé in the centre circle. Into March. Back to the man whose penalty has got right back in this game. March left to Dan Burn. Driving away from Traore, who's now back defending against Burn. And slipped over Traore, allowing Burn to steal. Actually, trying to touch the corner. Burn let that one go. Now takes his place in the penalty area where he will be a real threat. Now just hearing Adam Lallana is getting set to come on. I'd imagine it would be for Dan Burn. Got his coat back on, we can see, in the technical area as this corner will be taken. Burn can stay in the penalty area. Tallest man on the field. Can be a threat from this delivery. Whipped in towards the back post. What a header off the bar! Oh, and Zakiri's missed the sitter. One at the back post by Adam Webster. Turned it back across the penalty area. Rui Patricio rooted to the spot. And when it fell down to Zakiri, he's got to score. And he balloons over the top.
Oh, it's unlucky, wasn't it? Nice, great cushion header. Pace was already on the ball. Just had to guide it. Did it perfectly. Just so unfortunate, hitting the crossbar. And yes, needs to do better. 5-6 yards out. Has to hit the target there. Yes, it happens quickly, but he's got to at least get a shot on target.
What a chance for Andy Zakiri to score his first Brighton goal. If he plays this club for another 25 years, he won't have a chance as good as that one. When he's put it over the top. Change has now happened. Dan Burn is off. And Lallana has come on. We wonder if that will be a change in shape for Brighton. As it was a few moments ago for Wolves when they brought on Kilman. Almost like they've gone forward back here, Brighton.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. Again, well done the manager. Spotted the danger. Didn't have many tackles left on Traore. Burn. Without it costing you, so no, he spotted it and made the change.
Change they can make, Brighton. That's their third. We are still only having 3 substitutes in the Premier League, despite the 9 on the bench. And Lallana doesn't really have a great fitness record, so it is a risk. There's still plenty of football to play here. 21 minutes left on the clock. Another one by Brighton here. Forward ball intercepted. Goes into touch for a set piece over on the right hand side, which Leandro Trossard and Solly March are over. Webster forward again. Lewis Dunk, an obvious threat. Burn has now been removed from the equation. Whipped in deep. Dunk is there. He's won it, and there it is. And that's the equaliser Brighton deserve. They have bossed this second period, and they are now level. Lewis Dunk at the back post with a powerful header. It took a knock on the way through. Patricio got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. And Brighton, having led, then trailed, are now level.
Brilliant. They deserve it. Totally and utterly deserve it. Traore, can he be trusted to pick up someone like Lewis Dunk? Well, I don't think so. And you can see why he shouldn't be, because he's lost his man. Actually, it looked like it took a deflection off Saiz there, didn't it? But look, great ball in there. Delivery's been spot on. And they deserve it. 3-3.
Second Premier League goal this season for Lewis Dunk. As you say, it looks like it hit Roman Saiz and Patricio on the way through, but with the power of the header, it could not be stopped. And this has been a brilliant game of football.
4-3's on the card there, isn't it?
Right, if this finishes 4-3 and you said that pre-game,
should have put a bet on.
You haven't. Oh, that's the last thing you want is an exact prediction. Not back then. Oh dear. Yes, Ignore trying to bring that to fruition down the left-hand side. Running at Veltman. It's Ignore last. What about Wolves now? Because they've scored 3, and again, we kept saying, didn't we, pre-game, where are the goals going to come from? They were kind of gifted, all of them, in the first half. In this second period, they've got nothing going forward.
Oh, 0. Absolutely nothing. And that's why we said at the start of the show that they will need to spend in the window. I can only see this going one way at the moment. I really hope Brighton don't back off now. They've got their equaliser. They should go for the jugular here.
Wolves have on a corner at the other end. Bit of a tussle for the ball on the far side between Aitnori and Veltman. Ball's come off the Brighton leg last, and it will be a set piece for Wolverhampton Wanderers to retake the lead once again. Saiz forward. It was his deflection which saw Marcus Rashford score the winner at Old Trafford, and it's his deflection today which has seen Lewis Dunk bring Brighton level. He has scored the right end as well. Coutinho delivers this ball in. Sanchez makes the catch right in front of Adama Traore, and Sanchez gives it a blast upfield. The Brighton goalkeeper Trossard chasing the ball down. Aitnori's fallen over. Trossard is through.
That's not a foul.
He scored here, but the referee had already blown his whistle for a push. And as you heard there from Roger Johnson, that is a very, very soft decision from referee Andrew Manley. We're seeing the replay here. No way. No way.
No.
The teenager's got himself in all sorts of trouble. but it won't be VAR because the referee has blown his whistle, so there's no review, decision is made, and we carry on.
Why did he blow his whistle? VAR's there for a reason, just let it play out. He's got that so wrong.
Here's Traore bursting away from White, bearing down the penalty area, gets away from Dunk, he's gone down again, Traore. No penalty given. White had a couple of hacks at him running through there. No free kick, no penalty. Traore incredulous, and we carry on with Lallana. Down the left field to Ben White. Mark, poor ball into proper. Neto can't take control of it though. Proper can in the centre circle. 74 minutes gone. Brighton 3, Wolves 3 on Premier League Live.
What a game this has turned into. End-to-end stuff at the moment. Wolves have raised it a tiny bit, but Brighton are very, very on top still, aren't they? They want this fourth goal. Actually got it. Referee madly made a mistake there for me. Too eager to blow the whistle.
Well, he was very confident there was a push. He made the gesture that he saw the push. Didn't see what the assistant referee, who was a bit closer, had to say about it.
I looked, she didn't flag.
Massey over on that far side, gave nothing as Solly March crosses in from the left-hand side, too close to Rui Patricio, who makes a simple catch in his own 6-yard box. Seeing a replay here of the penalty shout, dunk on Traore, the old push and rush again from Traore, but it's actually a brilliant recovery challenge from Lewis Dunk, pokes the ball away from Traore. Now up against White on this right-hand side for Wolves, left for Brighton. White's won it back and he turns forward, challenged by the Spanish international winger. Adama Traore sees the ball going to touch. 75 minutes gone. Brighton Hove Albion 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. I'm sure that Graham Potter will have something to say about that decision by Andrew Madley a few minutes ago, unless his team can make it inconsequential with a winning goal here up towards Zakiri. Good interception by Saeed with goalkeeper Rui Patricio. Gilman left-footed, blasts upfield towards Neto. Webster wins it in the air for Brighton. Ball by Veltman over the top, trying to release the runner down the right-hand side. Trossard, it's nowhere near him, and he gave just a bit of a grimace to his teammate as we again see the replay of the challenge by Trossard. It's not even a challenge, and
I don't get what the referee's behind it. So why even bother making a decision that quickly? Made a massive mistake, and these points are vital. You've got the back of the VAR now, the linesman's in a better view than you. Just let it play out. It's there for a reason, and he's not used it.
Good finish from Trossard as well to find the bottom corner afterwards, so the whistle had long gone, so Rui Patricio maybe wasn't 100% on the shot came in through on goal. Great was Robert Sanchez, the goalkeeper, having just caught to the corner as well.
Yeah, good, very positive from him, wasn't it? Come out, took the pressure off, good catch, great side body forward, and for me, he should have set the goal. He's got an assist, he did set the goal up. The referee is, as I've said, far too eager on that whistle.
Here is Trossard, the man who had that goal just allowed a moment to go. Finds Mopé on the edge of the area, trying to find some space to shoot. Done, blocked by Coding. Looks up in the air over on the right-hand side. Veltman lets it bounce into touch and will try and take the throw quickly if he can control the spinning ball. To throw too, so he takes a bit more time over it here. Veltman over on that far side. In towards Mopé on the end line. Oh, and he just couldn't lob it back. Zakiri was asking for it. He maybe just took his arm to ball at the vital moment there because he made the right run.
Yeah, patient good thrown in, wasn't it? Ball switched off. Just couldn't get his foot back round it on that last little pass there. Two bodies waiting in the box for him. Missed opportunity.
Traore on the halfway line has done well again. He's always battling two players, Adama Traore. Looks like another foul from Ben White on him. It's about 3 or 4 now from White. And that's why you've got to give the yellow card for the first professional foul, referee, because it will just keep on happening. And it was Lallana and White both trying to chop down the big tree that is Adama Traore. He doesn't go down often, Adama Traore, in those areas, as others might. It does mean he gets kicked a fair amount. And this one his team a free kick here on the halfway line right hand side, which Ruben Neves will knock upfield. Gilman heads back into the centre. Fabio Silva looks to pick up the loose ball, lobs it back to Neto. They can't bring this down here, Wolves. Neto finally does. Done well to find a pass back to Kilman onto Aït-Nouri. the line towards Neto. Proper for company. Neto stays on his feet. Pokes it back to Ryan Aït-Nouri. Challenged by Veltman, throw into Wall. 78 minutes gone, it's 3-3.
Good last 10-13 minutes now, isn't it?
Taken by Aït-Nouri into Coutinho, back to the teenager, challenged by Proper, another throw to Wolves, who are finally spending some time in Brighton territory in the second period. It's been a half dominated by Brighton, though I suppose we'd expected that with them 3-1 down at half time. Neto trying to take on Veltman. Veltman challenges and clears. Ball stays in play. For a throw on the far side. What is there to be a winner in this game? Certainly deserving of one. Such a calibre of entertainment in this match. Don't forget, we are still with you for another game this evening. Andrew Self and Chris Perry are in for West Bromwich Albion against Arsenal in the snow. 2 changes for West Brom from the side that were thrashed by Lee, Pereira and Ivanovic come in for Sam Allardyce for Arsenal. They make 2 changes in the side that scraped past Brighton, Ceballos and Lacazette, who scored the winner, in for El Neni and Gabriel Martinelli. That game is coming up live for you on Premier League Live in around about 20 minutes from now. Our coverage starts, but we've still got plenty to get through here. With the ball at the feet of Conor Cody in his own half right hand side. Drives it long towards Traore. Header by White, only to Neto. Challenge Lallana. Neto's nicked it. Challenged by White again, who's certainly getting stuck in here. Back to Semedo. Ruben Neves helps it on to Traore, who gets there before Dunk, who was a little bit apprehensive there about putting the challenge in. White and Dunk on Adama Traore. Traore forced away from goal. It's good defensive work there by Ben White. With the situation that helped out his captain. Wolves there on the ball though, with Semedo finding Matinho. Nelson Semedo towards the halfway line, and Saiss, Cody. Trying to chase, but it slips on the surface. The Wolves have still got possession. Ruben Neves over on the far side. Back to Kilman. Centre circle, and Roman Saiss. Poor ball from him. Intercepted by Adam Lallana. Gets away from Neto. Tried to hack him down. Pokes to Mope. And Brighton can come away here. Zakiri makes a run. Slipped in down the left channel, but just too far ahead of him here. And Roman Saiss, experienced player, gets his body in the way and shields it out for a goal kick. 10 minutes to go. How do you see it going?
Another goal in this. 2.
But for who? You can't just say that. Get off the bench, Johnson.
I'm going to go with Brighton. I think they're going to get one.
They have looked a better side. No doubt about that. Brighton and Hove Albion, but they have looked a better side in so many games. I've seen them this season. And yet so rarely do they bring 3 points, or indeed win 3 points at the Amex Stadium. Outplayed Manchester United in the league, West Ham in the league, West Brom in the league, Burnley. Good performance at Tottenham, played well against Liverpool here. Time after time after time. Good performance after good performance. Not rewarded with the thing that matters most in football, and that's the 3 points.
Yeah, I'm wary that they don't get caught on the break. Yes, they've had a lot of play.
Now down the left channel here over the top to Solly March. Low cross comes in. Zakiri is there again. Saïd steps across. March may well have been offside down the left channel as the ball was fired to him over the top. Given by the assistant on the far side. Wolves here. Do you think they have the ambition to try and score a winner? Is this a good result for them at this point?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, both sides will be disappointed. You can't score 3 goals, and if there is a fourth for either team, if you score 3 goals and you end up with nothing, that's when you start pointing fingers at defenders. The strikers have done their bit, got you 3 goals, you conceded 3, so it'd be disappointing. I'd feel for Brighton if they do come out of this with nothing. But like you say, that you can't keep saying it. You can't score 3 goals at home and expect to not win games. It's just not the done thing.
Just 1 win in their last 14 in the Premier League. Brighton 7 draws in that time. That's what's keeping them above water right now. They don't win much, but they're also a hard team to beat, as Wolves are finding now, considering they were 3-1 up at half time. As for Wolves, Would be another game without victory, without Raul Jimenez. Just one win in their last 6. Will be 7 after this as Traore have brought down Lallana on the halfway. Plays it short, Lallana to Davy Proper. In some trouble there, Proper, almost immediately. I'm not sure he wanted that ball there from Lallana. Might get away with it. They play it back to their goalkeeper Sanchez. To his right is Webster. After Robert Sanchez again. 83 minutes gone of an exhilarating game of football at the Amex Stadium. 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 3. Lallana dropping deep, trying to create here. They won the Premier League with Liverpool last season, Champions League with the Reds the year before. Forward to Mope, on to March. Left hand side up against Semedo. Takes him on the outside, he's done really well here. Semedo bites back, but March is still going. Cross comes in, cuts it back. Behind everybody, Proper recovers. Into Veltman, return to Webster, right footed cross. Zakiri tries an overhead kick, but Cody heads away. Traore then gets away from White, who again has tried to hack him down. How many times is White going to get away with that? Referee gives nothing. Zakiri brings Brighton away. On to March, into Zakiri in the area, left hand side, shot is blocked. Cleared away by Roman Saiz. Traore then battles March for the ball off the Wolves man last for a Brighton throw on the left hand side. And they aren't settling for a draw here, Brighton. That much is evident. And they break them down.
Many questions are being asked whether they're backing their manager. Bruce on the pitch at the moment. Totally different second half to what they were first. Started well, as we said earlier, but this second half they dominated the whole half, haven't they? Up to 84 minutes gone.
Possession really 60-40 in their favour in this second period. 8 attempts in the second half from Brighton, 2 on target, 2 scored. 3 attempts in the first half, showing you how much they have improved in this second 45. With 5 minutes remaining, can they get the winning goal? So desperately wants just one home win in the calendar year 2020. They want a better 2021, that's for sure. Shot by Mope here, cleared away. And the Wolves do have a sting in the tail late on in games. Just asked Tottenham, just asked Chelsea, but Fabio Silva's past the Neto there is poor. Dunk intercept. Forward to Trossard, left of centre. Into the feet of Soliman. Been a constant option in this second period. Up against Traore, nudges infield, back to White. White square to Proper. 40 yards from goal, centre the pitch, goes left to White. On to March, up against Traore. Back to Proper again. Clip forward. Zakiri tries to flick it to Lallana. One back by Kilman, then Silva. Can't release the runner left, Nouri. Ball loops up in the air, Lewis Dunk with a diving header to knock it back to his goalkeeper Robert Sanchez, and Brighton can build again. From deep, away from Neto. Quite brought the energy that Basuma often brings to Brighton into